recording. I am your host, A Spirit King. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the founder and chief editor of AceAnimeReviews.com. Joining me today is...
I am Charlie. I use he, them pronouns, and I'm currently the most active writer because everybody else has no time.
Yeah. You know how it is.
Yes. You have jobs and lives.
In school.
And I have a cat.
Yes. Anyway, AceAnimeReviews.com is exactly what it says on the tin. That's a review site specializing in anime, though we also cover movies, video games, and whatever else we feel like. Our most recent article was by, I believe it was by Noah, and was a review of some light novel or other.
The light novel they weren't impressed with.
No, like they liked the plot twist at the end, and that was about it.
Yeah. I mean, none of it mattered in the end.
Yeah.
Apparently, so.
Go figure. And yeah, since it's been premiere season.
Mhm.
You know how it is. We also have a Yeah, I'll go for it.
Just a reminder that we're only doing the premieres in actual 2-week premiere season. So
Yeah.
anything before and after is fucked. We don't care anymore.
So we're not talking about Comey.
No.
No, and we wouldn't be talking about it anyway because that one's on Netflix and we don't do Netflix. We only do Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, and we also have a Discord, which you're welcome to join by following the link in the description after this is posted to YouTube. And that's the boring stuff done. Let's get into it. Okay, God, my damn premieres. There were 30 of them. I did not manage to watch them all. I didn't watch the Idol anime, except for one or two exceptions, and I didn't watch the Mecha anime, except for one or two exceptions. So... I also found that kaiju are one of those things that I don't really... I whatever it is, whenever something involves kaiju, I tend to, like, tap out pretty quickly. So... Yeah, anything with that I'm probably not going to be really into. But... in the usual fashion, I will scroll backwards to the Tumblr and we'll talk about what we got. First...
and through the WordPress, too, because some of the stuff didn't make it to Tumblr.
Yeah. But first and most certainly not least is Ranking of Kings, which was absolutely delightful.
Yes.
I loved it. I didn't know...
Small spherical child.
The spherical deaf child.
Mm-hmm.
And his adventures trying to become a king despite being surrounded by a bunch of ableist fucks.
Yes.
But it's okay because he makes a little shadow friend who can be an assassin. Throws knives.
Yes.
It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. And everybody thinks he's weak, but he actually got skills.
Yes.
That was nice.
And his father is quite large.
Yes, apparently his mother was quite large as well.
Oh, yes.
I think it's a thing in the anime where the bigger you are, the stronger you are.
Yeah, so it operates on what's it called? One Piece logic.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
fun.
not how muscles work, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's fun. Maybe it's... who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, it's cute. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's one of the very few anime this season that I actually see myself willingly keeping up with.
Yes.
Okay, next we have Ancient Girl's Frame. I didn't watch that one because it was mecha.
It was fine.
And
It wasn't bad, but it was sort of edging into idol territory, and that's just...
yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I guess Idol, like, started out as part of the mecha genre. Like, the first Idol anime idols showed up in mecha series, so... It makes sense, but that's probably
Yeah, I
part of
did.
why I don't vibe with mecha anime.
Yeah, I did appreciate that. Military lady said that our protagonist would never be a pilot, and then she got chosen by the fucking mecha itself.
Yeah, go figure.
So there's no point in the whole selection process at all if the mecha can just choose, hey, I want you.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Yeah. Next, another one I didn't watch for the same reason, Rumble Garandol.
Yeah, beyond the they run on passion, it's fine.
Yeah.
I did appreciate it wasn't sex passion. It
No.
was nerd passion.
Haha, that's cute.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at once. Okay, next is, I did watch, was My Senpai is Annoying. It's cute.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it's kind of like Uzaki-chan, but swapped, and if the characters were actual people.
Yeah.
I don't
As
think
adults.
yes, I don't think I'm gonna stick with it, but it's pretty cute.
Mhm.
Yeah, check it out if that's the sort of thing you're into. After that, Build Divide.
It's cards.
Yep.
It's cool. I enjoyed the whole card game shtick. But
Yes.
it's just fucking Yu-Gi-Oh again.
Yeah,
So,
I called the card game. I made a joke on Tumblr where I called the card game waifuo, because they
Yeah.
all seem to be anime ladies. I mean they do have one anime guy, but you know.
Yeah.
Also,
All the avatar friend partner things.
yes. I also thought that I thought because of the way they were introduced, both lying down, I thought the two characters, the boy and the girl, were the same person. I was like, oh, are we gonna get some cool, something actually cool and interesting? But no.
No, it was just an editing way to show they're connected.
Yeah. Also, why does the soundtrack have to go so hard? Music is
Because
quite good.
the plot itself is kind of dumb.
Yep. But I think Yu-Gi-Oh is itself the only card game anime that has managed to strive the right balance between having a card game anime that is a card game anime, but it is also like has stakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, the stakes in Build Divide are they're trying to be king or kill the king.
Yeah,
or
they're a bit too silly.
But, yeah.
It's like this is a card game. Your children's card game. Let's remember that this is a cards.
Yeah, that can somehow be used to attack people.
Yeah.
In like real life. They did too much, I think.
Yeah, I think they took it a little bit too seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next we have the Faraway Paladin, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's an isekai. If you've seen an isekai, you know exactly what you're gonna get. If you like fantasy anime, you'll enjoy it. But
Mhm. I read some of the manga and it was nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Not something I'd like stick to. I'm not into the whole thing, but
Yeah. You know, it's cute.
mhm.
And then the other one is one of the two anime that I was actually willing to the idol anime that I actually watched, which was a Visual Prison.
Oh yeah, the Kai bands.
Yes, it's like it says I will at least briefly abide a visual K vampire idol anime. And then my second,
Especially if it's kind of gay.
yeah, my second note is one episode. I will abide it for one episode. It's straight up queer Fujoshi bait, like not even subtle about it.
Yeah, it's like
at the
music videos all together, and it's a mess.
yeah, like at that point, the um, hold on, okay, like when the angry vampire bites the one that looks like he's like 12 and he makes that extremely sexual moan.
Yeah.
I hated that. That was the bad part. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like that part.
Yeah, I noped out pretty soon after that.
Yeah, I mean I did finish the episode, but yeah,
I liked the panda cat thing.
yeah, yeah.
That
That
was
was
cute.
that was the highlight of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Next, we're gonna have something that is going to. A lot of people are gonna be like, "What that? What really?" And that's Sakugan, and I did not care for Sakugan. It was really
Yeah.
good. It did everything right. I have no complaints. I just didn't vibe with it.
I had a complaint.
What? Oh yeah, cause
I highlighted it in my fucking article.
yeah,
She's 9.
she's 9. She's like, I want to go fight dangerous monsters, and the dad's like, no. And then that he was considered, he was framed as being wrong for this.
Literally, everybody else is okay with the 9-year-old going into deadly territory,
Yeah,
fighting monsters.
yeah.
And Dad is the crazy one.
And yeah, that was a bit of a problem, but and but I don't know. I think
I
maybe
liked her little robot sheep thing. The
yeah.
alarm clock thing.
But most of these I watched while I was queuing up for Palace of the Dead and Final Fantasy 14, so maybe it was just too late for me when I was watching it, or maybe it's because it's mecha and kaiju, and both of those are things I don't vibe with. But I just because usually I like father-daughter stories, so and the animation's great, and the music's great, and everything that happened is great, and the characters are awesome. The only other thing I have a problem with is the names are stupid.
Yeah.
But also the other thing is like when the friend and her dad dies and it was all sudden, and then the things she still wants to bring up is like, I still want to go on. Can we like take some time to mourn, please, little girl?
Of course not.
But
Of course not.
so there was that little pacing issue, but for the most part, I don't know. I just yeah, just kind of not my thing. But and then moving on to something that is very much my thing, Platinum End.
Oh, no.
Yeah, though
The rape arrows
yeah,
are a thing.
yeah, those aren't great, but they are everything else. I think, but I found that I like what's them called? I like Death Game anime, but I like the first episode of Death Game anime.
The setup.
Yeah. After the first episode, they tend to kind of like peter off into basically just shonen fight scenes.
Yeah, it's just trauma after trauma after trauma, and I don't care anymore.
Yeah. And this one, like, it just goes ridiculous. Like, how miserable this kid is.
He is suicidal
Yes.
for very good reasons.
Yes. But it's like, it's
And then she gives him
the rape arrow.
the rape arrow, and he's all better.
Yeah. Then, but yeah, my note for it is slaps roof of anime. This baby can fit so much edge in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also, the arrow technically makes them fall in love with you, so they'll do whatever you say.
Yeah.
But that's not how love works.
No. But, you know, it's fine, I guess.
It's fine.
It's fine.
If you can acknowledge that they're fucking rape arrows,
Yeah.
watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's your brain.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine if you like trash, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, at least the animation is nice.
Yeah.
The flying scene was cool.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not trying to be anything other than what it is.
Yeah, they don't make the angel things paragons of goodness. They don't give a shit.
No, they have their
They're just
own.
trying to find the next god.
Yeah. Which. Next we have. Banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. This is one of the two that I watched in a row that made me almost want to stop watching anime forever. It was so boring.
Yeah.
It.
I mean, he wants to live a quiet life.
Yeah, I found quiet life slash slow life in the title of an isekai is a red flag for me. It's usually just, it's gonna be a whole lot of conflict just fucking around and um so like so I've been doing a let's play of Final Fantasy 14 and I recorded after I watched this and I was talking about this a little bit. I don't think that episode is up yet though. And I was saying that I think the problem is that what Iyashike, the whole point of Iyashike is that it's good Iyashike, is that it's about appreciating the beauty of normal everyday life. And the whole thing with isekai is that it's escapism from the real world and normal everyday life. And the two things, they just don't mesh well together.
Yeah.
So when you have so when isekai tries to be iyashike, it just ends up being boring.
If you do it as sort of short, like, comedy sort of episodes, it could work. But they take it too seriously all the time. Like, it doesn't work.
Like something like Princess Connect, which is mainly a comedy.
Yeah.
That's that works for that.
Mhm. And if you avoid the inevitable sex jokes,
yes,
they're actually funny too.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And next is one of those premieres that I enjoyed, but it's probably not gonna keep up with. Is just the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. It is exactly what the title tells you. It is.
Mhm. Exactly what it says on the tin.
Yep. And it was fun. Let me see, what did I remember to write notes for this one? Oh yes, there it is. It says, why do all these young teenagers have big boobs? Because they're all like 13 and 14 and they all have like D cups. Like I know that kids that young can have boobs that big, but for one thing, it usually leads to problems later on, and for another thing,
because they're gonna get bigger.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah, that's just horny artists.
Yeah.
Horny artists and writers.
Yeah, but if it sounds like the sort of thing you'd be into just based on the title, then it is probably the sort of thing you'd be into. Because it is exactly what it says on the tin. You're going to get exactly what you think you're going to get.
He's going to kill people.
Yep. With a sniper rifle in a fantasy world.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, and then we got, let's see. Oh, this is the other one that made me hate anime for a little bit. Pride of Orange.
That bad?
Yeah, it's just, oh god, it was awful. It was boring and also annoying, and there's something very off-putting about seeing big moe eyes and hockey helmets. This is the first note I've made, followed by hate. Because at one point when I was typing a bunch of A's, I started hitting Q's. Watching that right after Quiet Life was just too boring, and I couldn't, and I hated it, and it was the worst ever, and man, just like, if you want to get under my skin, combine a generic sports anime with a generic moe anime with a generic idol anime. It is what people who hate moe anime probably think that all moe anime is.
Yeah. Just perpetually perky girls bursting into song and dance every 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah. It's just, Yeah.
Sexualized unnecessarily.
Yeah, and it's also, boring. Just boring.
Yeah. Which is the worst thing any piece of entertainment media can be.
Yes, it is.
Legit. No sarcasm. That is the worst thing. It's supposed to be entertaining, even if we hate it.
Exactly. It's like I don't know. The next one.
At least with Sunny Boy, it wasn't great, but it never sunk to the level of, oh my god, this is so fucking boring, because it made you think about shit.
Yeah, it had ambitions. It was trying to do something.
It didn't manage, as far as I'm concerned, but it tried.
Yes.
Which I respect.
Yeah, but so if you want a double feature that'll make you hate anime, there's that and that. The other one, those are both like exemplifies of the worst of all of anime.
Yeah.
You don't know. Well, this guy's gonna beat me. I'm just gonna let him do that. Next we have Muv Love Alternative.
Yes.
Which
that one I reviewed.
Yeah, which one we got a comment on that one from somebody who says that it's an anime original prologue, so it's not actually indicative of the series as a whole. So, like, you might have to watch the second episode, but I'm not going to because I don't care. Also, it's mecha.
Yeah.
And
I checked the summary because I was thinking, they want my thoughts. I better double check. And apparently it involves parallel worlds. And it's already too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
You're fine with successful invasion, gotta fight back sort of guerrilla warfare mecha anime. You can do a lot with that.
Yeah.
You don't gotta add all that other shit.
No. But, I did like the rock song that played during the battle scene.
Yes.
Everything else was fine.
I appreciate it. I want to know how that small child managed to make the noise with her mouth open. That's not the noise she made.
No, it's not.
It was very much a noise.
Sure was. I don't know.
She has super alien powers.
Yeah.
It must be stopped.
Well, it's because they animate before they voice act, so I think they animated it like maybe she was supposed to be singing, and then in the studio the voice actor just hummed.
Something like that. Maybe it was supposed to be sing a wordless song.
Maybe she was supposed to be going like la la la.
Yeah. And she just hummed.
Yeah.
Which, fair, but also fix it in post, maybe.
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. You'd only have to I got changes in the map.
And then give people defined noses.
Yes, that's nice.
Fix up some of the line art.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Animation is hard.
Yes.
Art is hard.
It's
I'm not shitting on that.
It's hard and it's expensive.
Something about that animation just was off-putting.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it was. I mean, the battle scenes were epic. They were good. The aliens were well done.
Yes.
But the people looked like aliens.
Yeah.
Got some uncanny valley shit going on there.
Yeah. Next is another one that's going to be controversial. Tact Opt Destiny.
No, I liked that one.
Yes, I enjoyed the first episode immensely, but then I watched the second episode right after it, and it kind of cooled it down a lot. Because, the first episode kind of made, I kind of got the impression from, that the main character is one of those, the one who's, heavily coded as autistic kind of characters.
Mm-hmm.
But then the second one shows that he's just depressed because he watched his dad die. And, that's fine, but also, I liked him better when I thought that was just his personality.
Been both.
Yeah, it could be both, but it's not.
But it's not. How boring.
Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, it's good. Like, I do recommend it. Check it out. I'm not interested in sticking with it, though. Yeah. And, Noah made a comment about Tact being a real name, but I'm going to say it's not outside the realm of possibility for American baby names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I have a sneaking suspicion because the second episode confirms that he's of Japanese descent. So I think his name is probably Takuto, but he got sick of the Americans calling him Takuto all the time. So he just, what's the word? He changed the spelling.
Yeah.
So that people would stop mispronouncing his name.
Good job.
Yeah. But it's pretty and the music's nice, and I imagine it's going to be one of those ones that does really well and people are going to like it a lot, and I'm just not one of those people.
Yeah.
So, check it out if you're interested. But I don't want to stick with it.
Yeah, there are very few anime I'd willingly stick with.
Yeah, well,
this season.
Part of it is because I'd rather be playing Final Fantasy XIV than doing pretty much anything else right now. So I set my I purposefully set my standards what's the word?
Unobtainably high.
Unobtainably high, yes. So
that's fair.
Yeah. This is my own fault, but I did it on purpose.
If you actually want us to stick with any of these anime, pay us.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll probably just shit on them the whole time, but pay us.
Yeah. Next is another one I didn't watch because it's mecha. A MAME warrior at the borderline.
I liked that one.
Did you?
They have the potential to edge into nationalism, like the dangerous kind of nationalism, because Japan has been invaded by foreign countries, and
But it's also been the foreign invader.
Yeah, and it has potential to do something interesting with that.
Yeah.
So I would willingly watch it again if you asked us to. Valued viewer.
Yes. That would.
You wouldn't even have to pay me. Just, give me an excuse.
Yeah. Next we had The Vampire Dies in No Time, which is fine. It was cute. It didn't make me laugh, but it might make you laugh, so, It really only had one joke, but some people might find that joke funny.
Mm-hmm. Over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. For those people who enjoy listening to the same song over and over and over again.
Yeah. And, let's see. Next was Fruit of Evolution. Before I knew it, my life had it made. I thought he was cuter when he was fat.
Yeah.
I liked the potato-shaped potato, and then he just changed into every isekai protagonist ever.
Mm-hmm. He could have been super awesome OP Map Boy and still be fat. They could have kept it that way.
Yeah.
But no. Being fat is to be avoided at all
costs. Like, I'm fat and ugly. It's like, you're not ugly, you're cute. You're just fat.
Yeah. But everybody tells him he's ugly, so of course he believes it.
Yeah. I guess.
And then Gorilla Lady falls in love with him because he's strong.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
I'm calling it now. Gorilla Lady is the sexy nude chick from the opening. But I didn't watch the second episode, and I'm not going to.
Seems fairly obvious. They're the same color and have the same
flower.
Hair. Yes, the same thing in their hair. So I would say that's Very probable.
It's nice that he didn't actually win that fight.
Mm-hmm.
He held his own for a little bit, but he got his ass kicked.
Yeah. But it's another one of those isekai anime. If you've seen any isekai anime ever, you know exactly what's going to happen. And exactly when it's going to happen. So.
And if you like being able to predict that shit, go ahead and watch it. But it's
Yeah, it's eh.
Maybe if they don't have those two end up together.
Maybe.
That would be interesting. But they're going to, because isekai.
Of course. Okay. Okay, next we had Tesla Note.
Ugh.
Yeah, first one was Elon Musk joke. I was a little bit not thrilled that,
How dare you ruin Tesla's good name with this shitty fucking CGI.
Yeah, no, because, it opened with a quote from, what's his name? Edison, who basically spent a huge chunk of his career trying to discredit and ruin, Tesla, but then they
would be rolling in his fucking grave to be associated with that motherfucker.
Yeah, but then they finished it up with by having the counter quote from Tesla, which made it okay. And the CGI is bad.
It's so bad.
Like, at first, I was floored it's not Gohan's, but then I was like, no, Gohan's is better than this.
Yeah, it reminds me of, like, early seasons RWBY.
Yeah.
Which is the only RWBY I watched. And, for them, it makes sense. They're an independent, amateurish at the time company.
Yeah.
For this, no.
Yeah.
Stop it. I can see all the effort you put into the background. Just do it for the fucking CGI.
Yeah, I was seeing some comparisons to X-Arm, which is that was another one that was just bad.
Yeah.
So that one it had to was bad like that because the director had no experience in animation.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't want anyone with experience in animation to work with him. So that was the problem.
That was a bad choice.
Yes.
Bad choice on his part.
It was a bad choice indeed. But,
hopefully he learned some things.
Oh, probably not. From what I heard of him, he seems fairly...
he learns that he can make money with shitty CGI.
Yep. And, But yeah, Tesla Note's bad. Check it out if you want to watch something that's really, really bad.
Yeah, the plot, the characters, the premise, it's all stupid.
Yes, it's all very bad. Next one is another one that has a neat premise and it's well executed, and I got bored early on, which is Irina, the vampire cosmonaut. I don't know why it's an alternate history, because there's nothing about it that really needs to be like alternate-ish. But and also
if they fuck up the timeline in any way, they have an excuse.
Yeah, and like it has the exact same map as the real world, so it's just real history, and then they added vampires. And then they changed the names of everything for... I think maybe they were worried that they were going to piss somebody off or something. I don't know.
Or they were just being lazy.
Could be.
It's our world, but alternate.
Yeah.
And all the borders are exactly the same, but...
Yeah. But... Vampires in space is fun.
Yeah.
There's a was it you who... Did you write that, that was you, right? Or
Which
was
one?
it, Irina, was it you or was it,
Noah reviewed it.
Noah. Yeah, because they have the things like who decided vampires were an oppressed underclass. It's a thing. Vampires usually are one of those things that tend to be like symbolize something else. And Sometimes they're an oppressed underclass. Sometimes they're the oppressive ruling class. It kind of it depends on what the author is trying to do with them. So you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it's fine. I don't know why they had to animate her eating like that. Apparently, the animators like have some kind of mouth fetish.
I guess.
Which is weird, but fine. Then next we have Mieruko-chan.
That's the one based on the manga with the cool dude with the cats.
And say that the fan service is actually just about as bad in the manga. Yeah. They did, the most recent episode had the dude with the cats, but they took away all its piercings, which is weird. Don't know why they did that.
He's supposed to look scary.
Yeah, but
leave him his piercings, goddammit.
He still had his tattoos.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I guess piercings is too much.
I guess so. See, I liked how they built tension, and I liked that they introduced the Mushroom Girl early on, because the manga starts off as it's like a one-page gag manga that was posted to Twitter. So there's not a lot of setup in the beginning. Things just kind of happen. So I like that they tried to fix that problem. So yeah, it's good. It's one of the ones that I'm sticking with.
Good.
Yep. It's good. Next is the other one that I'm sticking with. The Night Beyond the Tri-Cornered Window.
Ah, the gay one.
Yes. Well, it's boys' love anyway. But so the first episode, I watched it and I was like, oh, so this is like a. I would have described it as like a gay sex comedy with ghosts, but then I watched the second episode and I was like, oh no, this is like Hannibal. It's a horror show. It's just straight up horror. Like we're supposed to understand that this relationship is fucked up and bad and.
Was that not obvious from the first episode?
No, I just thought they were joking.
No, that didn't read as joking to me. He was a little.
Yeah, he didn't like it, but the framing of it it's not outside the realm of possibility for boys' love. Like, you know how.
Yeah.
You know how BL be.
Yes, they've taught us that sexual assault and harassment is romantic. Actually.
Yes, and you know they have all those They were having all those what's them called? What are they called? Those double entendre jokes.
Yeah.
So you know. But there were none of those in the second episode, and there was another guy who showed up, and it was like, hey, that guy's like fucked up, and you should like get away from him quickly.
Also fairly common in BL.
Yes.
And the fact that it's actually based on a BL means that they're going to get together in the end anyway.
Yeah, well, maybe.
He's actually a troubled soul who's misunderstood. And
who knows? Blah, blah. Maybe he'll end up with the other guy, or maybe that they will get together and it'll be portrayed as a bad thing.
We can hope.
Yeah, it would be nice.
We'll never find out, though, because I'm not going to watch it.
Well, I
unless I have to for work.
Yeah, I liked it, but I like Hannibal, so you know. Let's see. So next we have Mute King, the Dancing Hero.
Are you sure that's not Mute King?
Mute King. Well, the main character's name is Muteki, so.
Ah.
I mean, it was fun. But that was the first anime I watched after the two in a row that made me hate anime, and it did not make me feel any better.
Yeah.
But it's It's a fun little genre throwback to make the old feel older. But apparently it is based on something from 1980, which should have been obvious from the fact that it's the sort of thing that could have only been made in 1980.
Yes, when all the drugs were being taken.
Yes, it's like, well, I mean, because you've got the boombox and you've got the guy with the dreads and who calls himself a DJ.
That you've just taken LSD while watching it.
Yes. And also he seems to be fucking the guy's grandmother, which is...
Ew?
Ew? Well, okay then. I mean, I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're an adult. And I do kind of am amused by this. Smartphones are evil, beatbox is king. I mean, boombox is king kind of thingy going on.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, that's fine. But yeah, so there's another thing to check out if it seems like the sort of thing you'd be interested in, but eh. Next we have another one I didn't watch, Selection Project.
It's fine.
It's an idol anime.
It's an idol anime.
Yeah.
The first girl we follow gets kicked out because she faints during a performance, which is understandable.
Yeah.
And none of the characters are particularly, new.
No.
If you've seen an idol anime, you know who these girls are, and you know who's gonna win.
Yep. And, there was one more that we covered, but it was before October, and I decided that we won't, what's the word? Dignify things that come out of that 15-day window, so we won't talk about that one. I will say that I'm enjoying it, and I'm still watching it, but, yeah. So
did we talk about Taisho?
No, we haven't talked about Taisho. It's...
Child arranged marriage.
Yeah, I mean, it could be good if Yuzuki gets to be a character instead of a saint, but it could also just turn into, unbelievably perfect person helps the poor, sad, disabled boy.
Yeah.
And, it's like I put, overworked, underworked, depressed, anxious, and or suicidal? Get your very own mother wife today!
I'm pretty sure she's younger than him too, which is just
Yeah, only by 2 years, but it's at an age where those 2 years are two very
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's
two very
they're
different.
in very different stages developmentally.
Yeah, they're 3 years apart. They're 14 and 17.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which creepy show are you talking about?
Taisho.
He's 17, she's like 13.
She's 14 and he's 17.
12 or 13, apparently, according to Noah.
Because
yeah.
They talk about how you have to be 15 to get married.
Yeah.
And I looked up the timeline, and they know each other for like 2 or 3 years before they get married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
they're
mean,
childhood friends. Ish.
He's 17.
Yeah, like...
And they meet after she is bought as a bride by his father.
Yeah, I'm more I mean, cause
very excited.
it takes place in the early 1920s in Japan, so it fits the standards of the time.
Yeah, and I'm willing to believe that her perkiness is putting on a brave face.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism.
And it's gonna crumble at some point.
I would hope that it would, yes. But I did see the preview for the second episode. Made it look like if it is, they're not like rushing into that because it had more of her being perfect saintly mother wife.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones maybe you want to wait a bit and see how things turn out.
Yeah.
But yeah, But I think that's all of them. But I think we should briefly talk about Digighost, the new Digimon series, which we didn't do a thing on because it's spin-off. But it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
That's right.
I want to watch that for our discussion.
Should we? All right. We'll put that for our discussions. So that's one of your two for our discussions?
Yes.
Awesome.
It looks like so much fun. They're really back to good Digimon again, I hope.
Yeah, the last one was...
Instead of remaking the same season over and over and over again.
Yeah, Digimon Tri didn't work out, and the remake of Adventure didn't work out, and
trying to turn Digimon into Pokemon didn't work out.
No. But, I like the Digimon urban legends kind of thing, and...
Yeah, and the battle scenes were kick-ass.
Yes, and Gamamon is cute.
Yes. And instead of, he's a pet, he's his little brother.
Yeah.
I appreciated that. He's his own sentient being.
Yes, I felt...
He's not a pet.
Yeah. I felt real bad when the dad's hologram showed up and Gamamon tried to hug it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I can't.
Here.
I can't touch it. He's not here.
He's my daddy, too.
Yeah. They Kokoto. But it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's going to be one of our 4.
Yes, please.
And then we're going to continue with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
What about the other 2? Well, you're going to hate me for this. But I think we should do Night Tricolored Window for one of them.
Fine.
Or, actually, maybe not. Because have you watched Mob Psycho 100?
No.
Okay, because season 3 is coming out, and we're going to talk about that. So instead, instead for the second one, we're going to do Mob Psycho. We'll watch one Mob Psycho. Well, there's two seasons, so we'll watch 2 a week. 2 episodes a week, so that we'll be done at the end, all caught up by the end of the season.
Okay.
Wait, no. Wait, we won't,
because
we're
I will forget.
halfway through. So wait, no, it's probably going to be more than 2 seasons before it comes out. We'll do, we'll do it one season, and then we'll just carry it over into next season.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to have Mob Psycho and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Digimon, and pick one more.
Fuck.
What's one that seems like give us something to talk about?
Well, the only one that I watched that could potentially give us something to talk about was either, was Muv-Luv. But I don't want to talk about it. So.
And I don't like...
Tactopy Destiny!
Oh, should
we...
No. You don't
No.
What?
No.
No. You're an idiot composer.
No. No. Don't worry.
I love you, Ray.
Love you too.
So I'm assuming you're going to nix any of the mecha.
Yeah, because they're boring.
Which were really the only ones I actually kind of enjoyed this
season. Because, well... Yeah, I'm gonna have to nix them. There's just... because my brain just won't...
Yeah, that's fair.
And also... Yeah, so yeah, that includes Sakugan, which is another one that we might actually get something. I think, unfortunately, I know that I told you to pick 2, but I think we might have to do Night through the Tricorder
We could do
Winter.
ranking.
Oh yeah, let's do Ranking of Kings.
Yes, it's fairly short, and it discusses some things that would be worth discussing.
Yeah, and it's cute.
Yes.
Yes. So let's. So it's gonna be Ranking of Kings, Mob Psycho, Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes.
Awesome. Fun times.
Yes. And none of them are particularly hateable, so it should be fun for the listeners.
No. They're all good. Good things.
Yes.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh will start getting better once they get into Battle City.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I'll take your word for it. I never watched Battle City.
Oh.
I barely watched Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's good though. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Alright, so... Well, then, so for our general discussion, since I brought up, one of the things this year was a boys' love, it seems like a good time to have a conversation. Okay, so, on Lezine, the web app site, there are 2 works that are tagged BL that maybe shouldn't be. One of them is Killing Stalking, which is a horror manga about a guy who's basically held captive by a serial killer who he thinks that he is in love with because he's fucked up royally. There's a good James Somerton has a video about it. You should check it out. And then the other one is called Story of Our Lives, which is also labeled as BL, but one of the leads is a trans woman.
That is not BL.
No.
I'm sorry, but she's a woman.
Yes.
Get over it.
So it's straight. But, so here's the thing. It's like, should they have a category for queer works? Just have one called queer for stuff like that. That's about queer characters and that's because I think that's why they put it into BLs. Both those into BL because they're about queer characters and they have queer themes, even though they're not, straight, BL boys love kind of things. So should they have one called queer, like just like a queer fiction for that, or should they just?
If that word makes them uncomfortable, they could just use the acronym.
Yeah, or should they just not call them?
I think they should, and they should also, expand the options for what qualifies.
Yeah, but then that brings up the other issue. Wait, what are you doing? Yu-Gi-Oh, what's wrong? Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's getting maintenance now. God damn you.
Oh no.
Alright, I guess we'll go to Final Fantasy 14 play with Tiger Lily. Alright, so but then here's the other thing is that they're both queer things, but they're written by presumably straight women, as far as I know. So, should stories about gay characters written by straight authors be considered part of queer media?
Yes, only because most media about queer characters is written by straight people.
Yeah, but then should BL be considered queer media, or is there like some standards, like something like Yuri on Ice? I think it's considered more of a queer romance than a boys' love, and Given I think is kind of like straddles the line a little bit. But like, yeah. Where is the line?
I think it's
Is it? I think maybe it's something that if it's about. Well, no, because Yuri on Ice is not about queerness.
Yeah, I think if it's
just it's a sports anime
solely focused on the romance. It's boys love or girls love or whatever. And then if it's like these characters happen to be queer and possibly falling in love.
Yeah, I mean, but they're
also doing other shit like living their lives.
Yeah, but there is queer media that is. So I think that's what it's going to be based on who the author is. So like if it is a romance about queer characters where the author is also queer, that would be queer fiction. But if it's about a romance about it where they're straight, then maybe not.
I think it'd be queer media is like the overarching, because queer is the overarching label, and then there'll just be labels, and we just gotta levels, and we just gotta find new labels for shit.
Like putting
because I'm not gonna say that boys love written by straight people is inherently bad. It's problematic.
Yes.
But
but I don't know that it
exists.
It's like
and straight people acknowledging that can be a good thing.
Yeah, but like you wouldn't consider like something about black characters written by a white person to be part of black media, would you?
Depends what it is.
Yeah, I think maybe it needs to be like there should be like if you can like swap out the main couple with the straight couple and change nothing, then I don't think that should qualify as queer. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. It's more if the romance reads as
exploitative,
genuinely healthy relationship, regardless of its
not necessarily, because there are unhealthy queer media about unhealthy relationships. Like, killing stalking is a very unhealthy relationship, and yet I would still consider that queer.
Yeah, it's how it's handled, I guess.
I think part of it was because the character is, the main character is explicitly gay. Just, but like, because a lot of BL, they have the things like where they both insist that they're straight and that their boyfriend is an exception.
It's only this one boy.
Yes.
I like girls, really, but there's just this one boy. I can't help myself.
Yeah. So.
That's the boys love with the giant hands.
Yeah, the yaoi hands. Yeah, like the stuff that's basically just porn.
Yeah. That shit isn't. No. Isn't.
I think
if it's. Yeah, it's how it's handled, I think.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things you gotta do. It's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, but stuff like Story of Our Lives and Killing Stalking should not have been, because like with Killing Stalking it actually does leave problems, because there's like a huge debate over like people who like Killing Stalking are evil. It's like, and then there are the people who ship the characters and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, but it's, even though it's, I
wouldn't call it boys love, but I would call it queer.
Yes. But
well, there is technically a difference between boys love and yaoi.
Well, yaoi is the
it's not
an American
porn.
term. Mm-hmm. I think it's one of those ones that it's mostly faded out of usage. People just pretty much just stick to calling it BL. I think the word yaoi itself kind of came from something kind of iffy.
Probably.
Yeah.
But then again, most of our terms came from something kind of iffy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not up to me to make new labels for shit. I'm white.
Yeah. But we're not talking about a race thing. We're talking about a queerness thing, and you're queer.
Yes, but you're talking about anime.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, actually, the
Japanese anime and manga.
The two I just mentioned are actually Korean web comics.
That's still the same problem.
Yeah.
It's their stuff. They can call it whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, but I don't know, because I think it's just one of those, I don't know. They're just...
Yeah.
One of them, Killing Stalking, was just mislabeled as a romance despite being a horror story, and...
maybe there will be romance later on with someone else.
And then, no, the main character dies at the end. And then, yeah, he runs into traffic.
That is not romantic.
Actually, both characters die at the end. Yeah, and then Story of Our Lives, I think, got stuck into the BL thing because there is no queer thing, and there are people who probably would have gotten more mad about it being, put in the
straight.
Yeah, put in the romance.
Even though it is
not. Yeah, they would have wanted to something to like differentiate the fact that it's, yeah, that there's some queerness involved in it, since one of the characters is trans. But yeah.
But I think Korea is, from what I know, and I'm not well educated on this, but from what I know, Korea is in its baby steps phase.
Yeah.
Sort of, when it comes to queer media, so they're learning and growing and developing their own communities. And good for them.
Yeah.
But they'll get there. Just like we'll get there one day, right?
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
At least we can get married.
Yeah. Unless you're disabled.
And adopt children. Yes.
Unless you're disabled.
And, we have the option to transition with, several doctor's notes and psyche evals.
Yeah. And, you know, the money to go to the doctor and health insurance and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hear it's easier overseas.
Yeah.
But that still costs money.
Yeah. There are a couple places that make it, like Iran actually makes it really easy to transition because they're one of those places that conflates transgender with gay.
Yeah.
So, though that information may be out of date. I heard that years ago, and they could have been wrong then too. So.
Yes, I assume that any information we get from overseas is either out of date or wrong.
Yes, especially places like Iran, which are.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's either Thailand or Taiwan where gay folks can get married after a 2-year waiting period.
I think it's Thailand is the one where like is pretty famous for being a place to go to get to transition.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Thailand. If you're together for a 2-year waiting period, you can apply and get married.
Yeah.
But, you know. I think a lot of engagements should last maybe 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
the marriages don't.
Yeah, like, because after, apparently, according to psychology, after 2 years, you know a person. Like, you're not gonna get any big surprises.
Yeah. I mean, you can know if you like a person.
Yeah.
Really much after shorter period of time, but you don't know if you're gonna get along with them forever.
Yeah, like if they're hiding something from you, they can keep it up for about 2 years before you at least start to suspect something's up.
Yeah.
But,
and if you still want to marry them after that, okay.
Go for it, baby. Depends what the secret is. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's just, you know, if I marry this person, I'll get lots of money from them. Or, you know, benefits.
Well, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
So long as they're clear with what the marriage is before they enter the marriage, I don't care who gets married.
Yeah, do your thing. Get to it as long as you're both consenting adults.
Do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yep.
Just, you know, don't lie.
Yeah, don't lie.
That's just gonna bite you in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it for our general discussion. Should we move on to best and worst of the week?
Sure.
Alright, well, since this was a premiere, what was your... Wait, I asked you best and you asked me what worst, right?
Sure.
Is that how we're doing it? Yeah, okay, so what was your favorite premiere this season?
It was actually a mime, or however the hell you say it.
Yeah.
It was fun. It wasn't, like, blow your socks off great. It did have its issues, but I liked it. It was fun.
Oh, that's good.
Also, Ranking of Kings.
Oh, yes, Ranking of Kings was great. I love Ranking of Kings.
Yeah.
Oops, okay, well.
Okay, what is the worst example of heteronormativity that you've seen?
This week?
Yes.
Oh, well, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV this week, so... Let's see, worst heteronormativity this week. Thinking.
It can be in real life or not in real life.
Yeah. Fuck it, we'll just say Taisho.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like he needs a caretaker. Better make it a wife.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad heteronormativity. Can't just hire him some old lady to take care of him. He's got to get married.
I watched a show this week where it would have been so easy to do a non-traditional family arrangement.
Oh,
where the small child who just beat leukemia got 2 fucking dads, plus her mom.
Yeah.
But no. They have to take time and consider and fiance who's been with a small child for most of her life has to step back and do the noble thing.
Of course.
Because, Bio Dad was in prison.
Well, that's...
Didn't even know she was born for 8 years.
Huh.
He actually turns out to be a good dad. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in her life. But,
Yeah.
There's a relationship already there. You can just have another dad.
Yeah.
Bonus dad. Yeah.
Extra dad. Dad point dad too.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. There's such thing as step parents.
Yeah, but conservative Korea and trying to do the adult thing and straight people.
Yeah, straight people.
I mean, watch 2 Weeks. It's a good show, but
yeah.
But also 2 dads.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And
2 good dads who love their child dearly.
Yes. I mean, like, who wouldn't want more
another
parents?
thing if either one of them proved to be kind of a shitty dad.
Yeah, they didn't. Both.
Yeah. Bio Dad went on the run from the law just to save his daughter's life. It's a thing. He was falsely accused of murder.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And she had leukemia, and he was her only bone marrow donor, and... Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Alright, so... let's plug shit. What do you want to plug?
Non-traditional family arrangements that are actually fucking healthy.
Yeah.
Consider them.
Give an example. Fictional example so that I have something to link to in the description.
Fictional example. Fucking, 911. They have Buck and Eddie and Christopher. They've formed a little family.
911, what's that?
It's a firefighter TV show.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not about them. They're not actually together at this point, but
Yeah.
Buck is Chris's legal guardian. If Eddie dies, they are family.
Yeah.
And it's healthy and cool.
And I'll plug Are You Really Getting Married, which is the manga by the same guy who wrote The World God Only Knows. Speaking of non-traditional family setups. Because they're two people they really love, they like living alone. But for various reasons. Well, first it was going to be a pretend marriage thing, and then that got settled, so, spoiler, it's not really spoilers. Anybody who's read anything can tell that they're eventually going to actually fall in love and want to get married. But, which is what it's gotten to at this point. But they said they've made no indications that they have any intention of moving in together. They're getting married, but they still seem to be planning on living in their own apartments.
Good for them.
Yeah. Which is, great.
If it works for them.
Yeah.
It works for them.
I'm
glad they're happy.
They like their relationship where it's at. They like having their own space, and homeboy's got a cat who needs a lot of care. And homegirl's one of those heavily heavily coded as autistic type of characters who's obsessed with maps. She has a hyperfixation of geography.
Nice.
Yeah. And they're adults. They're working adults. So that's great. And so yeah, just check that out. It's cute, especially if you like The World God Only Knows, check it out. And if you didn't read The World God Only Knows, read The World God Only Knows, because it's great. There's another thing that you could probably consider a non-traditional kind of thing, because the main character is heavily implied to be asexual. It's heavily coded as asexual, like not aromantic, obviously, because it's a romance, but and he does end up falling for one of the girls. But but actual like sex stuff tends to he shows no interest in it. He's when it comes up, he gets repulsed by it. He's just so
Nice.
Yeah.
I hope they stick with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it ended. So.
Yeah.
But like in my head canon, he's asexual, and him and his girlfriend and the girl he likes are gonna get married and have a YouTube channel where he streams and she plays music.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. And then they kind of show up on each other's streams where he does his gaming streams and she does her music streams, and then they kind of co-star in each other's streams. And are super cute. So that's there you go. My headcanon sequel to our epilogue to War God Only Knows. Alright, so I guess that's it. Well, let's promote you. Where can we find you, Charlie?
You can find me on the Tumblr.
Oh.
At Magic Like a Charlie.
Neat.
Yes.
And
where can we find you?
You can find me right here on YouTube, Ace Bear King. I have 2 Let's Plays that I'm doing 6 days a week. And Late Night Lotro I'll be streaming directly to YouTube starting next week because I have to wait 24 hours, and it's 24 hours. Well, maybe I'll be able to do it tomorrow. Who knows? We'll find out. There's going to be a gap in the playlist for reasons that I will explain at the beginning of whatever next time I stream it, but So, I have a Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV that is completionist-ish. We're basically just trying to max out all the jobs and do a lot of stuff, not everything. Because there's like some stuff that's just not worth it, and others that are like really like some duties, like the harder ones that are pretty much impossible to find a group for, so it's just not feasible. But yeah, so check out that one, and then my other Let's Play is of Lotro. They just introduced the Brawler class, so I'm playing as a Brawler. And,
Is it free?
No.
Oh.
Right now you have to pay real money to get it. You have to buy the new expansion. In a few months...
I want to beat people to death with my tiny hobbit
Why
fist.
are you jumping? In a few months you'll be able to get it with Lotro points.
Okay.
So, why are you jumping? Oh, because my freaking hand is on the space bar. So yeah. I guess that's going to be it for us this week. Next week we will be streaming to YouTube so that I don't have to upload videos. And also because I don't go on Twitch anyway, so streaming there is kind of not much point. So, and YouTube is better because it keeps the archives forever. As far as I know. So yeah, we'll be seeing you guys next week. Okay, bye-bye!